Alison Beere, and you're watching Light-Hearted Business, the place where business owners become cartoonists even though they've never been artists. And just in case you're wondering, this whole thing that you're about to watch is my regular weekly video cartooning tutorial. It's usually how to draw a something. Okay, so today we're looking at how to draw a cartoon monkey, and where I always start, if you're wanting to learn to draw for yourself as opposed to always having to copy someone else's process, you start with tracing, preferably from the real animal, and then you go to copying, and then you finally see how much you can remember. Can you remember to draw it from your memory? Okay, so if we compare our real monkey to the cartoon monkey, let's just trace his parts first. This is his muzzle. Then we have this framing bit around his eyes. In his case it's heart-shaped, which varies from one species to another. Then we have the outside of his head. We have his ears on the sides of his head in line with his eyes, which is much like a human. And then we have his eyes, his nostrils, and his not very happy smile. Then if we look at our cartoon monkey, there we have his lower muzzle. We have this framing section of his eyes, which is not heart-shaped in this case. We have the outside of his head. We have his ears. And another ear. We have his eyes. We have his nose and his mouth. So now if we get rid of the material we're tracing from, we can see the similarities and the differences between our two. So they both have a muzzle, they both have framing, they both have eyes, ears, and the outside of the head. But you'll notice that in the cartoon, everything is exaggerated. So the lower muzzle is exaggerated. The framing around the eyes, exaggerated. The eyes, bigger, exaggerated. The ears, exaggerated. And that's what makes for comic relief. So whenever you're drawing a cartoon, you would tend to want to exaggerate at least one of the features, if not more. So let's go back and have a look at just drawing our cartoon monkey now, and we're going to work in blue just because we can and we need a change. So we're going to trace him once more. So tracing his lower muzzle, nice oval, then this framing, and it goes. Then we have the outside of his head, the ears, 1 and 2, we have his eyes, we have his nose, and we have his smile. And then if we get rid of our tracing material again, we'll see that's quite a respectable thing. So now we want to see, can we work from memory? So let's carry on with our blue and see what we can do. First we start with his muzzle, this nice oval. Then we do the framing part of his head. Then the outside of his head, like this. Then we put in his ears. It's not perfect, but it's looking pretty good. We have his nose and his smile. You can put these bits on top of his head if you want to, and that. And that's the beginning of trace, copy, and draw from memory. Of course, this is not a very polished version, so it takes a while to get from this to a lovely polished version like. So if we're wanting to actually draw a monkey that looks like that, it'll take us a bit more practice. But if you can't draw in the first place and you can't see the shapes that make him up, you'll never get to the polished version. So we always start with trace, copy, and then see if you can draw from memory, and then your a good portion of the way along to drawing a cartoon monkey.
Did you like this video? If so, subscribe to my channel and share it with all your friends. And if you'd like even more tips to become a cartoonist, even though you've never been an artist, then head on over to my website, www.alisonbeere.com, and sign up for email updates. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Light-Hearted Business.